Hey, what's up, guys? Just coming to you from the backyard. And for whatever reason, the time that I'm able to get out here and do some vlogging, the recycle company is making their rounds. So I hope this all turns out. I'll try to be quick. This is day 4 of Evelyn being on the mend of 6. She has broken her fever, which is awesome. So now we're just kind of dealing with the after effects of the cold. She said that she is, I try to let her be the own agent of herself, and she says that she's still feeling a little under the weather and not really in the mood to be playing. So we're gonna take it easy again today. For me, it's kind of a universal sign to say just slow down a little bit, take it easy. But I do have that bug, like I'm ready to do something physical. I've been kind of just resting, and I mean, I've done some stretching and stuff, which I took some video of, but it doesn't look pretty, so I'm just gonna choose to keep that, exclude that from the content of this. But at the same time, what this does have me thinking about while I'm resting is just the going after it, and going after it successfully, like successfully achieving a goal. And I just wanted to share what I believe to be 7 very critical tips for achieving your goals successfully. And the first of those being, you have to know why you're doing whatever it is you're getting ready to do. I personally, I have a list of a bunch of reasons of why I'm doing triathlon and why I'm trying to be a YouTuber. Lots of them. I will say my first probably top 2 are, I've always had this yearning to be an athlete and to be involved in film. And so as a person, I want to try to do that, and so I want to evolve. I want to do something that I just believe when I'm trying to do things, that I have an internal, it's like, there's something about that I want to experience. And so I want to enjoy the experience, and I think all those experiences help me grow as a human and as an individual. And that, number 1, really number 2, so number 2 of my why is I want to be a walking, living, non-hypocritical example for my children. A lot of the things that I've done up to this point in my life, I can't really share with them. It's kind of like there's stories, there's, I just want it to be real time. I want them to see that the good things are going to come from hard work. Number 2 on the list of 7 steps to go after it successfully is starting. You have to start. Once you know your why, and sometimes the why, they just kind of intertwine, but you got to take the first step. You'll never go anywhere unless you make that forward step. Try it. All right, cool. Now that we have established our why and we've taken that first step, the next thing we need to do is to realize that along this new journey to accomplishing a goal that we have set, and we know our why, and now we've taken this step, is we have to remember that along the way, there are going to be times that we do great and times that we do not so great. I don't really like to think of them as wins and losses. I prefer to call them rewards and lessons, right? And what's really amazing is the longer that you kind of stick with your process or the process of achieving your goal, that the lessons or losses that you are experiencing end up really kind of coming back and being rewards. So I think a lot of times we just forget that just because we're doing it, our goal might be A to B, just like a number 1 and 2, that there's a lot of smaller fractions of numbers in between those two. And so to take that in stride and to remember that there's gonna be times where we win and there's gonna be times where we don't. But that's all just part of the process. And I think once we have that kind of concept in mind, it's much easier to do tip number 4, which is be very relentless in the pursuit of achieving our goal. You gotta go after it day in and day out. And I think with my children, this is kind of the number one thing that I'm trying to really get to them is just don't give up. There's hard times in your goal pursuit as much as there is in the bigger scheme of life. There's gonna be hard times and there's gonna be really easy times. So just remember that you have a dream, and to achieve it, you really just have to keep going. If you give up, it's never gonna come around, right? So you have to just stay relentless. And that brings me into tip number 5, is on a daily basis in your relentless pursuit, is strive to be a little bit better than you were yesterday. I like to think of the acronym BEST. I created this, it's called Better Every Single Time. Every time I go to make a new step towards my goal, I wanna be a little bit better than I was the time before. I just wanna keep on stacking this, and it could be a little step. And like I said, sometimes the step doesn't make me any forward momentum, but the actual just practice of me trying to do better than I did is really all that takes. And it's an uplifting moment and it feels great. And that's gonna take me on, guys. We only have 2 more tips that I got for you on going after it successfully. And the last 2 are they're 2 of my favorite. They're just 2 of my favorite tips. So I've saved them. I'm gonna share them with you just in a second. Hold on. All right, guys. Last 2 tips of going after it successfully. I apologize for maybe a little bit of the background noise, but we're all fighting for YouTube space around here. There's just a lot of times where frustration can build, or we start feeling very overwhelmed with just trying to accomplish whatever it is, and we just want to sometimes throw in the towel and give up. And number 6, guys, is for those moments, especially when you're just feeling like this is time to throw in the towel and you just don't want to go through with it anymore. Go all the way back to your number 1, your why. Remember why you're doing this in the first place. Remember that this is a choice that you've made to do for whatever reason you have given yourself. I recommend just going back to number 1, getting a refocus on what this is all about and why you're even on this journey, and then go into number 7. And that is the all above important tip of going after it successfully is believing in yourself. Believe that you can, that you have the ability. You've made the decision, you have a why, there's a purpose, there's a reason, and you can and will accomplish it. You believe in yourself, but really nothing will change and nothing will come of anything until you believe that you can do it. And even when you don't believe you can, just keep trying. And eventually you're gonna see that you can. So anyway, guys, those are my 7 tips to going after it successfully. As simple as they may be, sometimes they're very difficult. I'm going after it. Today is the day. I'm gonna make a video today, even though I didn't feel like it, and I hope it's better than yesterday's video. So those are the 7 tips, guys. 1, know your why. 2, start the journey. 3, accept wins, rewards, losses, and lessons as they come as part of the journey. Number 4, be relentless in your pursuit of accomplishing your goals. Number 5, strive for your best to be better every single time. Number 6, when in doubt, revert to number 1. And finally, number 7, guys, believe in yourself and your ability to accomplish your dreams. These are just 7 that I've found that if I can stick to these, I'm gonna have that success that I'm looking for. Thanks for being here. If you haven't already, guys, please subscribe down below. If you have any other tips of your own that that you think have led you to becoming successful. Please share your tips down below, and we'll see you tomorrow on the other side of fear.